Hello, Baker. This is Jameer. Hope all is well with you. Hope the last month has been great. And I want to wish all the mothers a belated Happy Mother's Day and all the fathers a Happy Father's Day. Now that we're in hurricane season and the pandemic is still with us, we want you all to know that we're here at City Hall and we care about you. We want you to stay safe and be able to take care of your family. I have some special guests for you today. My good friend from Breck, Mr. Corey Wilson, a young dynamic leader bringing change where we need it. Corey, are you there?
Yes, Mayor, I'm here.
I want to thank you and your staff for being here. We're excited about what's going on with Breck and the zoo here in Phase 1. Tell us about what's going on, Corey, and what is this Phase 1 project all about?
So thanks, Mayor. Appreciate you for having me on. We're very excited about everything that's going on at Greenwood Park and the Baton Rouge Zoo. We selected a contractor here recently, and we're working through the design plan to make sure that we have an awesome project. We're looking at breaking ground in October, but we're excited. We're talking about a project that's over $200 million, but that's over a course of 10 or 20 years. But this first phase, which we plan to start this year, Breck is committed to a $35 million investment, and so we're excited about that. We think that's very significant, and we're looking forward to the impact it will have not only in North Baton Rouge, but in the Baker community as well. I have my Assistant Superintendent, Reed Richard, here with me today as well. And Reed is going to help us talk about the park, and then I'll be able to give you some updates on what's happening with the zoo.
Explain a little bit about what's going on, if you can.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mayor. We're underway with Phase 1 of Greenwood Park and the Baton Rouge Zoo Master Plan, and just a quick review of how we got here and how we landed with the overall master plan. It was a process that included a lot of touch points of community engagement and input, like web, social media, scientific surveys, and 2 rounds of open house public meetings. We had, in fact, over 4,000 touch points of engagement, as you can see. The design team took all this feedback and created a final master plan that reflected the data from the public input. This is an aerial view of Greenwood and the zoo currently. It's 660 acres. It's Breck's largest park. And this is the master plan that was developed at the end of the project. This will be a tremendous, large, transformational project. So in the master plan report, the implementation is broken down into phases that will be over a number of years. And this is what we're currently working on. Phase 1, the design, development, and construction documents. This slide shows the 6 primary elements and how even Phase 1 will create a whole new exciting experience for the residents of not only Baker and North Baton Rouge, but the entire region. You can see that the zoo entrance is at the opposite end of where it is now at the zoo. It's facing inward to the park, and we'll take a closer look on how this transformational and attractive feature will be a whole new experience for the visitor when they arrive at the zoo. So visitors to the zoo or the park will share the same entry. The arrival to the zoo would be this wonderful drive-through and a much more enhanced entry drive. The cross section in this slide shows nice parking pull-offs, paved paths that will be on both sides of the entry drive, and a new alley of trees. The next new element is the Bayou Walk. This will be a fantastic promenade connection between the new zoo entry and the Greenwood waterfront. It will feature a primary path with secondary and tertiary paths that engage the bayou landscape with nodes along the way for social gatherings and education. An architectural canopy will cover a larger gathering space for educational and celebratory events. The education and interpretive elements will also be located throughout the journeys of the Bayou Walk system. And there'll be a lot of moments for gathering, socializing, solitude, and real immersion into the Bayou ecosystem.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, Reed, as we get in there. So those entrances are going to be, there's going to be a way to walk in and a way to drive in, which I think it's going to be awesome just by looking at it. And it shows Louisiana. And I love the way you guys are doing this because that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look, we got to go. We got to take a break, you guys. We got to pay a few bills. We'll be back in a few minutes, and Reed will continue to walk us through this process. Okay, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
If you own or are planning to start a business, you need to take a hard look at Baker, your one-stop shop for business city licensing, services, and sensible tax rates. With low crime, it's a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge, the airport. It's on the river with railways. Baker is not landlocked. Plank Road presents the traffic businesses need, and Main Street offers a hometown atmosphere. Baker and business, moving forward together. Are you looking to build or purchase a home? You need to take a hard look at Baker. Small town atmosphere that's good for families. Baker has everything you need. Shops, doctors, hospitals. It's near the airport and a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge. No traffic hassles and lots of community activities to be involved in. Ranked as one of the safest cities in Louisiana by Home Security Advisor, Baker and families are moving forward together.
Welcome back, Baker. And I tell you that I'm just real excited about what's going on right now between Brett, the partnership, and the city of Baker and Zachary and Central, just North Baton Rouge and whole at its best right now. And so I want to turn it back over to Mr. Richard and let him finish describing this beautiful destination place that we're going to have here. Are you still there, Reed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, it's on you. Go ahead and take it from here, sir.
Well, picking up where we left off, this is a planned view of the Bayou Promenade that connects the new zoo entry to the the waterfront building at Greenwood. As you can see, the canopy is beautiful. Lots of architectural features. This is going to be an amazing journey and good connection. Moving on to the playground, which is the other element. This is one of the most wished for things that the public asked about is a new destination playground. And this is going to be a real exciting, unique, one-of-a-kind playground that's going to be the talk of the town. Everyone's going to want to go to it. This is it in plan view. And lots of unique Louisiana-themed engagements. It really integrates with the natural landscape. This is going to be a fantastic new experience for kids and for their parents and caregivers as well. And this picture sort of tells it all. I mean, this is going to be an amazing, exciting, highly iconic playground. Very large, will attract kids from all over. And the other big element is J.S. Clark Golf Course. We're redoing that golf course, improving it, making it larger, longer, a more challenging course. We're also going for Audubon certification. And finally, the zoo. Again, this is the master plan for the zoo. It's going to have a whole new circulation system, all new exhibits. It's going to be brought up to date, more modern. And for phase one of the zoo, the It's going to have of course, a new entry building, new entry plaza, and these are the animal exhibits: giraffe, elk, bison, hippocampus. But before you get in the zoo, there's going to be a terrific experience, as we talked about, driving in and entering. This is going to be a very green parking lot for the zoo. This is a rendering of what the new entry will look like. Very Louisiana themed, and just an exciting experience before you even enter the zoo. And here's another shot of it. And this is a plan view of the orientation plaza. Once you enter the zoo, it's going to have a splash pad and just be a great visual experience as you enter. The ball that's currently existing at the entrance to the zoo will be relocated to this new entry plaza. And here's one of the new exhibits in plan view, the elk bison. Again, all these exhibits will be brought up to modern zoo standards and being more of an immersive experience. Another big one is the pygmy hippocampus exhibit. This is an underwater hippo. So being able to go in more air-conditioned spaces to view some of these exhibits are going to be what's featured. The giraffe exhibit, this is going to be a really attractive and a big attraction for the folks in phase one. The ability to get up close and personal to the giraffes, to feed giraffes and all the other animals that will be sort of mixed habitat, just as they are in some of the biomes of Africa. And so finally, revisiting the overall process and schedule, we're currently in schematic design and construction documents, and we'll be engaging the community, probably virtually very soon, to get a little bit more input on things like the adventure playground. We're getting permitting underway with the Corps of Engineers, City Parish, so we can hit the ground running. And we anticipate an early package of construction being October of this year. So that's the overall schedule and some of the highlights of what this project is all about. And I'll turn it back over to Corey.
Well, thanks, Reed. And so, yeah, there you see it, Mayor. We're very excited about this project. One of the things Reed and the architects and the planners did a great job of is making sure that the park was nice enough for the neighborhood around it, surrounding neighborhood, those folks along Levy Lane. You talked about being able to walk up to the park, so we wanted to make it a nice neighborhood park, but also, as you said, a destination where people will come, not from all over Louisiana, from all over the U.S., but from all over the world to visit this place. And so we're excited about what we're going to have here in North Baton Rouge and Baker, and look forward to seeing it come to real life here in a very short time.
I'm sure with your leadership that's going to happen. I'm really, really proud of you and your staff. But tell me, what is, in your words, the long-term positive impacts of a project as big as this on North Baton Rouge and the state of Louisiana?
Yeah, so, a lot of discussion about equity and social justice that have been in the news lately. And this will be a concrete example of that, where we're providing access and opportunity to amazing amenities that people in those neighborhoods typically don't have the access to for a variety of reasons, reasons that people intended for them not to have access. So we're excited about providing that sort of access and opportunity because we think it'll, as you mentioned, not only help Baker and North Baton Rouge, but it will help all of Baton Rouge. When everybody has equal access and opportunities, then everybody succeeds. So that's what I'm excited about, Mayor, putting this investment in an area that desperately needs it.
Yeah, that was the plan the whole time. I know me and you talked a lot about this after you became superintendent, and I see something here that has not happened in a long time in Baton Rouge, where we all came together. We're all working together here, and I want the viewers to know that we're gonna, this is the kind of unity and partnership that we want to have throughout this parish and throughout this state. Because when we work together, we can do the things that we dream about together. We can disagree respectfully how we want to do it, but we can agree that it needs to be done. And Corey, with your leadership and your staff and your professionalism, we've been able to do that, and we've set a tone here that in the years after this, they'll look back into the history books and they'll see where that unity and that partnership was able to bring together. Now, something like this destination point that we're working on will be able to bring thousands of people together throughout not only East Baton Rouge Parish, but within this state. And it shows that people like me, public officials and elected officials, that we can work together to get things done. So look, I just want to just say thank you for this investment and this time. I can tell that you guys have put in the work to make this become a winner. And it's going to be one of those things that we're going to be talking about for a long time. Best of luck to you. Stay safe, you and Reed. We'll continue to pray. We'll be in touch. Can't wait till the next time you guys and the update comes. And whatever you need from the city of Baker and North Baton Rouge and all the areas around here. I speak for my other two colleagues, my two mayors, my three mayors. I speak for them. Just let us know so we can keep this moving. You guys are doing a great job. Take care of yourself, and we'll be in touch. But look, Baker, I gotta pay a few bills. I'll be right back. Stay tuned.
If you own or are planning to start a business, you need to take a hard look at Baker, your one-stop shop for business city licensing, services, and sensible tax rates. With low crime, it's a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge, the airport. It's on the river with railways. Baker is not landlocked. Plank Road presents the traffic businesses need, and Main Street offers a hometown atmosphere. Baker and business, moving forward together. Are you looking to build or purchase a home? You need to take a hard look at Baker. Small town atmosphere that's good for families. Baker has everything you need. Shops, doctors, hospitals. It's near the airport and a stone's throw from downtown Baton Rouge. No traffic hassles and lots of community activities to be involved in. Ranked as one of the safest cities in Louisiana by Home Security Advisor, Baker and families are moving forward together.
Baker. I hope you enjoyed that segment, and we talked about the zoo and Greenwood Park and all those things that's going on in the first phase of this. I get a lot of questions. People ask me about the zoo, and when we were out there just talking about the zoo and keeping the zoo in this area, me and my colleagues, they wanted to know how I felt about it. The zoo was close to, we were the closest city to Baker. And the main reason that, I was out there advocating to keep the zoo in this area was because I saw the economic data and the economic effects that it would have on a city like Baker and in North Baton Rouge, which included Scotlandville and all those surrounding areas, Alston and all those areas there. Man, there's going to be a $3 to $5 million economic impact on our city just for that place. When it gets to phase 2, we will be able to realize about $5 million. And let's talk about the direct and indirect jobs that's gonna happen with that, and the direct and indirect businesses that's gonna come to support the park outside of the park. So it's going to be a huge, huge project. It's going to be a long, long project. It's not going to be done. We won't see it probably for another 15 years to completion. But here's the deal. In 15 years, if you have kids now, they'll be grown, they'll be able to come back, and you will already start to see that economic development, economic impact on our city as we continue to build our city around this park and around the park and ride and around the economic development districts that we're talking about. See, all this comes together. All this is something that we plan to bring together. And we've had the opportunity here to do this. So this is a great thing for Baker, Central, and Zachary. But Baker is, we're up front, we're close to the park. And so my vision on this is a lot broader, and it goes way, way out. God has showed me what this is going to look like for us and the future of our city. So I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really, really excited what's about to come, about to happen for the city of Baker. Let me switch gears real quick and let's talk about something that's really, really important to me. And we seem to have forgotten about this, but this is what I want you to think about. I want you to mask up, Baker, and keep your distance so we can save some lives. The pandemic is not over with, okay? We really need to stay focused on what's going on around us. We need to make sure that we continue to do the things that is going to keep us safe and keep our families safe. We really need to think about that. I'm urging you guys to never go anywhere without your mask. If you go in the stores, if you go out in public, always wear your mask, keep your mask, because it protects you from someone else and it protects someone else from you. And we need to protect ourselves and protect our family. Now, we need to talk about this like we talk about everything else when we talk to our kids. And I know that some of us, we have to talk to our kids on what happens when you're pulled over by the police, or what happens when you're out, keep your phone charged up. I've had those conversations over the years with my kids, and my mother had those conversations with me. But we need to add this conversation here that you need to have on your mask, and you need to make sure you be careful where you go. Okay, and so when you go in stores and you go out and everything is open back up, you should always have on a mask. And this is important because within the next 90 days, as you watch this pandemic, it's going to come back through here. The experts already talk about that it's going to come back. You will see a resurge of it, but it will be mixed in with the flu. And we probably won't be able to tell the difference. So for the vulnerable people like myself, African American communities, the seniors, both white and black, Latinos, you guys, we have to build our immune system over the next 3 months so we can give us a chance to fight against this. And we got to build that immune system, which is going to make us healthy. So I've went ahead and I've created a healthcare advisory board. And we're going to start having webinars. And these people are going to give us the best information they can, best help advice on how to continue to build our immune system, how to eat right, how to exercise right, the things that the ingredients in the food that we're eating to help us take our medicine, to help us keep our blood pressure and everything under control. It's the best that I can do to help you and your family fight against this. We're going to pray. We got to pray. We got to pray. We got to pray. But we got to take action. We got to get up off our knees and we got to take actions, and we got to protect ourselves, because there is no secret that the African American community, Latino community are vulnerable, and seniors are vulnerable, both white, black, Latino. And so we have to protect each other. So mask up, Baker. Keep your distance and make sure that we help each other save lives, because you never know whose lives that it's going to save. So listen, make sure you stay updated on the pandemic. Make sure you stay smart, that you go to the CDC site. Stop listening to the conspiracy theories out here. That's not going to stop anybody from getting sick. And look what's going on in the other states around us as they start to spike up again. So if you don't have to go anywhere, stay home. If you don't need to go to the store, stay home. Even though everything is open, you still need to use wisdom, okay? And that's what I'm telling you, and I'm just pleading with you to use wisdom so we can stay safe. Let's talk a little bit about LA Baker updates. communication system that we have, LA Baker Updates 468311. Now, this is something that we're using to get the information out to you. We want to get this information out to you because hurricane season. It'll come when you sign up for it. You can sign up. You have the option to sign up for it to go email, and it can go directly to your phone. And let me tell you what that's going to do. When I'm out there and I'm trying to direct traffic and tell you what streets are flooded, what streets are not flooded, what's coming, I'm not always going to have an opportunity to go live on Facebook because everybody does not have Facebook. But everybody has a cell phone. So what you need to do, if you sign up, you need to go sign mama up and sign papa up and get them signed up, get your kids signed up. So when we send out these urgent emergency messages that your kids and your family know what's going on. So that's LA Baker Updates to 468311. Very important. You need to make sure you get that, like you get the water you need for hurricane seasons, the batteries you need to do that. LA Baker Updates to, and you text it to 468311. Now do that now because we need to be able to communicate to you and tell you what's going on. So Baker, we have a lot that's happening in our city. And I'm really proud of that, but I'm mostly proud of you. We've had so many things going on in our country right now, and so we understand that. I'll be 60 years old in July. I've seen this before in my life, and there will never be any peace until we get justice. But it's the way we get that justice, and that's how we get that peace. And God's kids will always have that peace and love. But we still need to let people know that there will never be justice without will never be any peace without any justice, okay? So let's remember that. And it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And we're gonna keep doing it. And that's what I'm so proud of you guys for, is how we take care of business and how we love each other and how we let people know who we are. I've always said that as long as we stay together, as long as we're united, the way we are, we will always be strong. So look, until I see you next time, may God continue to bless you, be in your lives, bless your family, and remember, we're Baker Strong, always. You guys have a good evening. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you.